Okay, pastors, parishioners, apostles, teachers, ministers of all faiths and African American or African background. I'd like to share some information with you and some things that concern all of us, no matter whether you're Christian, Muslim, Catholic, Baptist, Apostolic. The fact is that we are dealing with some issues that it's going to take us to change. Now, where we're waiting for President Obama and the government to make things different, it just isn't going to happen that way. It's going to take us to work and work collectively. 75 or 70% of the elderly blacks in this country have no assets at all. Black men and women are incarcerated at a rate of 4 times the rate of blacks in South Africa in apartheid. Prosecutors in America are 3 times more likely to recommend the death penalty for a black person than for a white, even if the crimes are identical. 1 in 3 black males are either in prison on probation or on parole. 1 in 12 blacks have lost the right to vote due to a felony conviction. Black unemployment is twice that of white and 3 times that when you're a teenager. The number of black college-age black males in prison is higher than the number of college-age black males in a prison. 50% of all black children live beneath the poverty level. 45% of blacks are functionally illiterate, and they are 3 times more likely to be labeled retarded and given some sort of drug. 340,000 blacks are homeless in America in any given night. 70% of black families are headed by single women, and 67% of black children are born out of wedlock. 2 million children in the United States have at least one parent in a state or federal prison. The incarceration rate of black women is 8 times that of white women. And the rate of homicides in America among black men is double that of those who died in World War II. 1 out of every 21 black men in America can expect to be murdered. A young black man in America is more likely to die from gunfire than was any soldier in the Vietnam War. And 250,000 black youths have been murdered in the year 2008. Now, what can we do about this? And what is our purpose? We claim to be a Christian nation. Well, Christian means Christ-like. He had a purpose, and he instructed us to, as followers of Christ, to go and do what he was sent to do. He said, "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he has anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor." That means to go and tell the truth to those that are economically, politically, and socially deprived, as well as spiritually deprived. It says, according to Luke 4:18, that he was sent to heal the brokenhearted. Well, the mothers of the children who are on drugs, incarcerated, and becoming prostitutes and criminals, because that's the alternative given to being fired and hired last. Those mothers are watching them die in drive-by shootings and seeing them economically, politically deprived and incarcerated, and it's breaking their hearts. It's time that we heal those broken hearts and deliver those captives out of that bondage. The Bible says that he came to recover the sight to the blind, so to show them and tell them the truth, who they are, where they're from, why their conditions are what they are, and not to be ignorant to the devices of the evil one, which Christ came to destroy. And also to set at liberty all those that are bruised. A good example would be Rodney King. If you look at that gentleman before the beating and after, he looks like he was in an explosion. He was beat so badly. For nothing, 8-1. It's time that we do something about this. Economically, if we pool our resources, we will have, the Bible says, the power of a rushing mighty wind. A hurricane was a rushing mighty wind. And you see the destruction that it was able to bring in Katrina. If we would pool 1/4, 2 dimes and a nickel each week, 40 million African Americans, we would have $520 million a year to buy property and to create businesses, to make tennis shoes, everyone wears them, to make jeans, t-shirts, overcoats, gloves, to build bakeries and make bread and food and to buy farms and to back farmers, to build schools with dormitories so our children will be there 10 hours a day learning and being educated proper, teaching them about computers, how to communicate on a world level in the high-tech arena and era, and create jobs so men coming out of prisons can take care of their families without selling drugs, without breaking laws that put them right back into the system that lives off of them like a giant boa constrictor or python. And the spirit of python, the Bible talks about it, how it restricts its victims and lives off of them and digests their assets. It's time for us, as Christ-like people, like Yeshua HaMashiach, to make a change to our circumstances and create conditions that will be conducive to the children of God. Now, God sent His Son that He might have a family. And Satan's been trying to destroy that family ever since. He beguiled Eve. Now it's time for men to be men and women to be women, and all of us to be children of God again. I thank you for taking the time to listen to this message. And remember, they haven't done nothing. It's up to us. God bless you. In the name of Yeshua HaMashiach, or as you might call him, Jesus Christ, which wasn't his name, but okay, it still has power. Thank you.